Here's a real life, no bullshit story about how I got my ex back. So after being with this girl for like a year and a half, and up to date, she was like the best one I ever dated. She was the most fun and, hot and all this kind of stuff. And, after about a year and a half, we break up and I have to move out. And I actually moved into my parents' basement, believe it or not, because it was after a divorce and I sold my house. And anyway, before I moved out, I had tried going no contact within the house, and at the time I wasn't as savvy as I am these days, and it didn't work. So I decided I had to move out. Now I had to go no contact with her for about a month, and after about a month she finally started testing the waters. And I read a lot of books and I watched a lot of YouTube videos and stuff about what to do. And so I played it cool and I responded with the right amount of effort, and I kept it light and joked around with her and all this kind of stuff. And eventually we got on a date. Now, this date was the hardest emotional thing I had to go throughout this process, okay? Because up to that point, it was really hard to hold back and not text her, even though I know she was out with other guys and stuff like that. And all of that was extremely emotionally difficult. But what was even harder was when I saw her again for the first time. On that date, she was just treating me like any other guy that would have entertained her for the night. Like it was more because we had a history, but it really wasn't that much more to her. And inside, I'd been missing her for the last month, right? So like inside, I'm like hurting. I'm like wanting to like touch on the memories and all the good things that we had, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because she wasn't right for it, and it would have ended up driving her away. So I just had to laugh and bullshit with her and all this stuff, despite the fact that I felt so sad inside because I just missed her. I just wanted my person back. And it was really hard to get through that date. But I passed it with flying colors, and we started to go back to her place. And halfway there, she calls me on the phone. She says, "Hey, I don't know about this or whatever." And I said, "Okay, cool." And we didn't go home that night. But later, she hit me up again, and I played my cards right. We ended up meeting up again and everything. And we were back together. And that lasted for all of, the next month. The way it ended was we went to this swimming pool together. And there was this girl next to me that was chatting me up and stuff. And, she wasn't that attractive. She was just some random chick at the pool. And, I chatted her up like you would anybody, whether it was an old lady or, anybody. And, it was just some little thing. And my ex just kind of stayed silent during that time that we were chatting, like, because she was sitting right next to us at the pool. But after that, she said to me, "You know what? As you were talking to that girl, I realized like I wasn't jealous." And basically she told me that that's how she knew she wanted to break up with me. And a lot of times when you hear this kind of stuff, it's indicative of attraction mistakes that you're making within the relationship. But this time I'd been studying this stuff for so long, I knew I didn't make any mistakes. So ultimately I decided to just, not try with her again because I knew she was broken. But I did get her back through no contact, and you can get your ex back too. Follow me for more breakup advice.